All right, what's up,
What's going
everybody?
on, guys?
Eli Schmidt, Tyler Holt here. Once again, Monday night, 6 o'clock. You know where we're at, 212 Performance Gym, bringing you another live video. This week's topic, we are going to be covering our best food prepping and food hack tips for you guys out there that we've discovered over however many years we've been lifting, many years. These are all little tips and tricks that you probably won't find any books anywhere. These are just little personal preferences that have really helped me and my clients. Tyler, take it away, buddy.
So biggest thing with the whole food prep thing is the actual prep of the food.
Yep.
We make meal plans for all of our clients, and this literally your results will all come down to how prepared you are for your entire week. Honestly, with your food. So our number one tip for you guys is pick a day, and it doesn't have to be all day. If you can honestly just give 2 hours of your time on a Saturday or a Sunday to just prepping your week's worth of food, makes the world of difference. So I know mine is Sunday personally, Saturday or Sunday, I guess, mostly Sunday, and the food is literally prepared for my entire week. So. Do you have one day?
I would say a lot of people I know are always concerned about the freshness and the quality of their food. So if that's a concern of yours, and if you have a little more extra time during the week, pick 2 days. So for me, typically it's Sunday and Wednesday. I'll just cook half of what I would for the week on Sunday. Wednesday, I can cook the other half, and that way you have nice fresh food all week long. But bottom line is, pick a day, whatever it is. It takes 2 hours, maybe, if that. Bang out all your food for the week, guys, and then you're done. It's going to be much, much easier to make healthy decisions as you go because, when you're hungry, guys, you go for something quick. You're not going to sit there and be like, okay, I need to go grill some chicken breast and steam up some veggies. You want something that's ready to go right then and there. If your food's in the fridge waiting for you guys, you really have no excuse but to stay on your meal plan. Going forward with that, as you're cooking your food, Tyler may do a little bit differently, but what always works for me is, and this is just much easier and takes up a lot less time, I'll focus on just cooking my proteins primarily. My vegetables, even though it's probably not the healthiest or the freshest, I just do the steam in the bag kind that you can buy from the grocery store. Usually it's broccoli. Green beans are kind of my go-to, or I do keep fresh spinach in the refrigerator for salads and whatnot, or omelets with my eggs. So that way, all I really have to cook on Sunday and Wednesday are all my proteins. Tyler, that kind of same with you?
Yeah, pretty much. He does the Sunday and Wednesday. I don't. I have the time to do it on a Wednesday, I guess, but I don't want to. I like to just do it all at once and bang it all out. But proteins for sure, cooking all that. The only thing that I will cook any fresh is my eggs.
Yes.
Vegetables.
Yeah,
you don't want to do point. Eggs for a week. That's gross. But
something about refrigerated eggs. No, thank you.
And the vegetables, as far as vegetables go, I hate vegetables, like a lot of you do. So I just do a powdered greens and superfood deal. So if you guys like eating your vegetables, a lot of people are on a lower calorie diet. If you're cutting down for a show or something like that, eat your vegetables. That's going to help you stay full. People like myself, who I have to eat entirely too much food, vegetables are just a pain for me to consume. So I do a powdered greens.
So he's still getting his nutrients in, guys.
Right.
Even if you hate your veggies, you got to get those greens in.
Yes, absolutely.
Megan, that goes for you too. Get those greens in. She hates veggies too. I know.
Get the greens.
All right, guys.
And Tim, what's up, guys?
Now, next comes up storing your food. So you've prepped your protein. You've got all your food ready to go. Now what we need to do is, first, 2 things. Measure it out into your serving sizes. According to your diet. So, if you are on a really strict diet, or you're really trying to drop a significant amount of body fat and get really, really lean, then I know we both suggest getting a food scale and measuring out your portion sizes to the ounces or grams directed on your meal plan. Okay, if you're just trying to create a healthier lifestyle for yourself and just drop some weight without being too obsessive about it, it's totally fine just to, pretty much eyeball the food, in my opinion, as long as it's fairly clean food, like, just plain proteins or veggies or carbohydrates. I mean, and generally, you want to go, about a fist size for like a protein serving, palm for a carbohydrate serving. Just don't go overboard. You can eyeball it just fine. What do you think about a food scale?
I personally use a food scale every single day when I get my meals ready. And that's just because as detailed as you can be it's going to help you get to your goals more. And eyeballing will get you by just fine, absolutely. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty stuff, I mean, the difference between 4 and 5 ounces of chicken breast on each meal can add up throughout the day.
Calorie wise.
Yeah, calorie wise. And that's if you're like, Eli or myself, where we kind of are on top of everything all the time. So, but if, eyeballing it, just getting a good portion of everything, not overdoing it, not stuffing yourself, you'll be just fine. But
tell me a little trick on Tupperware.
On Tupperware. So like I said, everything is prepped for the entire week. So my chicken or steak or whatever, my rice, I just keep it in one. So all my chicken, I'll keep in one Tupperware, put it in the fridge. My steak in one Tupperware, put it in the fridge. My rice, or whatever I have, it's all in either a really big bag or a big piece of Tupperware. And I just have those in the fridge, kind of stacked to the side, so that each night when I go through and prepare my meals for the next day, I just grab the Tupperware. It's all ready. I just measure it out real quick. Takes like 10 minutes tops. But I think, I don't know, some people will measure out their entire week and put them in little Tupperwares in the fridge. That makes it easier for you guys. Cool. I don't want to have all the Tupperware all over the place, so I try to make it as not space consuming as possible. So
yeah, same here. And I think one thing with me too is I prefer the glass Tupperware because typically I'll microwave at work, and I don't like microwaving in plastic. That freaks me out. But at the same time, I don't want 50 million glass Tupperware things in my house. So what I do is I have one set that I use, and similar to Tyler, I'll just cook it all and keep it all my protein in one big bowl or something, one big Tupperware, and then before I go out for the day, I will take my protein, my carbohydrates, whatever that may be, and put them in plastic baggies. And then I just take one Tupperware bowl with me. So say I'm leaving the house for, I don't know, all day long, and I need to take 3 or 4 meals with me. I'll take 3 little baggies of chicken, 3 little baggies of vegetables, and then, my pre-measured oats or potatoes or whatever. I'll just mix it in my glass bowl, my one bowl that I'll take, microwave it, and then just rinse the bowl out when I'm done. So I can just take out one Tupperware for all those meals during the day. So plastic baggies and Tupperware. So those are just our 2 little systems that we use, but that way you don't need to go out and buy all this Tupperware. And that's what makes food prep really long. That's a lot, really time consuming on Sunday is when you really have to measure out 25 Tupperware containers during the week. If you got time for it and it's easier for you, do it, but this is what we like to do.
Yeah.
Michael, yes, dude, we definitely need to get some lifting in, man. We definitely keep talking about it and do some videos together as well. All over it, man. One of these days we'll make it happen. Now, Tyler has something cool he likes to do, and Megan and I kind of do this on our date night. Tell him what you do here.
For the favorite foods?
Yeah.
So I make... Following a very strict meal plan can be extremely difficult. I know back from my very first competition, I was eating either tilapia or chicken and asparagus and sweet potatoes every meal, every single day. Was absolutely miserable, and I will never ever do that again. So what I kind of changed my system to, and I have my clients do, is figure out what foods do you like? What foods could you eat all the time that you don't get sick of? And we take it from there. Now, I use my FitnessPal for all of my food tracking. I think Eli uses the same thing. All my clients use the same thing. But so I'll say, put what foods you like in the FitnessPal that you know that you can eat and that will help you get you through the day, right? Because if you're eating the things you like, you're going to follow this plan more.
Yep.
Okay, so don't make yourself suffer by eating fish and asparagus all day, because no matter who does that, I know you hate it, so don't lie. But so find the foods that you like, put it in FitnessPal, and then kind of and work with the numbers and see how you can work that in. I guess if you want to call it that, if it fits your macros, I call it more flexible dieting. But do that for sure. So like, I love breakfast foods. So I'll have my first meal, which is actually more of a shake. But my second meal I make, or I get made, French toast, turkey bacon, and eggs. That's my second meal. Love it. Can eat it every single day. Can down it within 10 minutes. That's another thing. If you're eating, I find for me, like if I'm eating stuff I don't want to eat, it takes me like 30 minutes to eat a meal, which I don't have time for. So the French toast, turkey bacon, and eggs I can eat in like 5 minutes and call it good. And then at night when I come home, I can do eggs and waffles, and I can eat that all the time too. I love breakfast food. So make your meal plan based off the foods that you like and that you can continuously eat without getting sick of.
Yeah, and that's a good like date night tip. Okay, so Megan, my wife, and I, whenever we will go out to eat and we're following a diet and trying to stick to it. It's not all the time, but it's most of the time. What I'll do that morning is I already kind of know where I'm going. So let's say we're going to Cheesecake Factory or something, right? I'll put what all my macros are in my FitnessPal. So macros being your calories and then your carbs, your fats, your proteins. So I'll put what my daily allotted macros are in my FitnessPal, and then I'll log what I want to eat at Cheesecake Factory or wherever we're going. So I'll find that meal, I'll look it up, I'll log that. That will take up the majority of my macros, but then what I can do the rest of the day is, just even if I eat 2 little meals during the day just to fill up those little gaps, that way I know I'm getting all the nutrition that I need, but I also get to eat what I want. So, if you're going out somewhere, that's a good way to do a cheat meal and stay on track. Log what you want to eat in the morning, and then just fill in the gaps and eat smaller meals during the day.
Absolutely. And then also, going out and logging like what you're eating at Cheesecake Factory also just helps you be a little bit more aware of what you're actually consuming. Yep. My favorite dessert in the entire world is the ultimate red velvet cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. Yep. And that's a big slice that they give you of that. And it's, if you go on FitnessPal and log that in, it's over 1,000 calories for one slice. Yep. So be aware of what you're consuming, but it'll also help you, plan out, the rest of your day so that you can actually enjoy the food that you're eating when you go out on a date night.
Right,
or
right.
Whatever.
Now, you've prepped your meals. You were really good. Your alarm clock didn't go off in the morning, or you hit snooze and didn't realize that you woke up late for work. You ran out of the house, freaking out to get your job on time. You realize you forgot your meals. What are some good either healthy fast food alternatives or a good healthy way that you can eat at a restaurant? My personal go-to places are either Tokyo Joe's. I know anyone in the lifting community knows Tokyo Joe's. For those of you guys that have not gone there, basically that's the easiest place. You can get rice, chicken, veggies, and my favorite sauce that they have there is stevia sauce. It's a teriyaki sauce made with stevia, so there's no real actual sugar in there, and the sweetener that is in there is all plant-based versus aspartame or something like that. So, and also, this is a little food hack for you guys. I'll go to Tokyo Joe's. They sell their stevia sauce just in bottles for like $4.75, I think. I'll buy 2 bottles of those a week, and I can have teriyaki sauce on my salmon, teriyaki on my chicken. It's I think like 20 calories per serving, which you won't find that in any teriyaki sauce ever. So Tokyo Joe's, Chick-fil-A is another go-to place for me. Rarely, but if I have to do fast food, I will. They will just do grilled chicken breast for you, no problem, or just grilled chicken nuggets. So again, frequently I'll just go, if I forgot my stuff, you can get 2 grilled chicken breasts there for like $6, and then a lettuce, have them hold the dressing. And then probably my best food hack for you guys is Old Chicago's grilled chicken. So when I talk about cooking protein, beef I'll do just fine, my fish I'll do just fine, but chicken, I just don't like cooking it. I don't like cutting it. I either overcook it or undercook it, or it's just bad quality. So what I do is I'll call up Old Chicago and order however many chicken breasts you want. They're $2 a piece, and they're grilled, they're seasoned, they're cooked to perfection. Melt in your mouth, not even kidding you, best chicken you've ever had in your life. So what I do every Monday, I call up and I order 20 grilled chicken breasts. Costs me $40. It takes them 20 minutes to cook. I'll go pick those up, pick up 2 big trays of chicken breasts, come home. I have it done for me, all for the week. And like, I've never been more excited to eat chicken in my life than I am Old Chicago chicken. So I use the one on Arapahoe and Parker, so you guys can use. I mean, I imagine they all do it, and I've asked them before if they have an issue with me doing it, and they're just fine. Any other like restaurant that caters? Just call around and ask if you legit don't have time to cook your food or just don't want to. Like Qdoba, I know you can go get a big tray of just chopped steak, big old tray of chopped chicken. If time is your thing, definitely utilize those resources. You may end up paying a little more, but a lot of times that's definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chipotle too, guys. That's Tyler's suggestion right there.
Good. Yep, Chipotle's always good.
What should they get at Chipotle?
You can get, so it depends. They have brown rice, they have white rice, they have their beans and all that kind of stuff, and great toppings, and chicken or steak or whatever. So you don't. And the good thing, if you're on a no carb diet, you don't have to get carbs. You can go in there and you can get your chicken and
lots of lettuce,
tomatoes, whatever they got there. If you're on a keto diet, load it up with cheese and sour cream,
avocado,
all that kind of stuff. And you can stay with it. So it's really, so any place that it really allows you to kind of customize your meal that you can go out to is going to benefit you. So Qdoba, Chipotle, Tokyo Joe's is amazing. Even the Old Chicago.
And guys, one really important thing, I oftentimes have clients stressing out when they have to go to a work meeting or a family event, and it's not necessarily a cheat meal day, or they're on prep and they can't have a cheat meal. Any restaurant, literally any restaurant, you can go and say, give me a grilled chicken breast and steamed vegetables, and they'll do it. There are so many dietary restrictions with people nowadays that restaurants are willing to do anything. So literally you can go anywhere and order grilled protein and steamed vegetables, and they'll do it. Even if it's not on the menu, don't worry about that. Rachel, what's up, girl? Ryan, great question, dude. Ryan asks, what do you think of all the sodium from this restaurant cooked food? Because they definitely use probably more sodium than you would at home. Here's my opinion on sodium. Worry more about calories and fat content, guys. Sodium isn't going to directly lead to fat gain or anything like that. Plus, if you guys are working out hard and doing the cardio that you should be doing, you're losing that sodium, and you actually do need it. So I don't add any additional sodium to any of my foods generally, just because I do get my chicken from Old Chicago. I do use seasoning. Megan asked what seasoning we like. We're Mrs. Dash all the way. Which doesn't have any sodium in it. What do you like for seasoning?
Mrs. Dash is great. I'm a big Cajun. I'll put Cajun seasoning on absolutely anything.
Yep.
Anything spicy. I love spicy. Buffalo sauce. You can find a very low calorie buffalo sauce.
Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot has a good stuff. I forget the brand of it. I'll have to make a post about it. But there's it's like a spicy, low calorie barbecue sauce that I get from the butcher that I go to. And so now barbecue sauce isn't something I would recommend for someone on prep, because if you want to kind of manage your carbs, you kind of got to stay away from stuff like barbecue sauce, because it actually has quite a bit. Yeah. Especially for the amount that.
Read labels, guys. Read labels.
Read labels. Pretty easy. If you're marinating chicken in some barbecue sauce, and it's kind of spread out, it's really not going to do too much to you. But if you have like a cup of barbecue sauce that you're dousing all your chicken with or dipping it in, it can kind of add up. So just be careful with that. You can have it, but just watch it a little bit. Yep.
And so bottom line, don't worry too much about sodium, guys. With as much crap as we put into our body on a regular basis, like the general population, sodium is really not the one you need to worry about. Next up, we have all our meals cooked, prepped. How do we take all this crap with us, right? I like to use a 6-pack bag, or I know you have an ISO bag, right?
ISO bag, yep.
Tell them about those. What are those?
So basically they're big cooler bags, and most of them come with their own Tupperwares in them. I know ISO bag comes with the big size and the small size Tupperwares. 6-pack bag does the same thing. But anyway, it's a big cooler, really big. And they make small ones. They make purse ones. They make Gosh, so
You're
loud.
good. You're good.
They make purse ones. They make backpack ones. They make all sorts of different types of these bags. So, but it's great. They have pockets and everything. So I mean, I can literally load up my entire day's worth of meals, sauces, whatever I need to into the bag, and I have literally everything I need in the day with me.
Yep.
So,
They're and they range from anywhere from like $50 to $80 around there, and that may seem expensive for a lunchbox, but as far as gym purchases go, that's probably one of the best things I've ever purchased to help me stay on point. Because before then, it was taking all this crap in a plastic bag, and that's just it didn't get cold. Your chicken's getting warm and stuff like that. That's just not good. But it definitely helps you stay accountable. I just pack it up every night or every morning before I go out, and you have everything you need ready to go. Even has like little places to put all your supplements and everything like that.
Yep.
Walden Farms, Heather threw out the name Walden Farms. Guys, go to Sprouts. Walden Farms makes a whole line of condiments that are calorie free, and some of their products are horrible. I've literally bought some and immediately thrown it in the trash after I tried it.
Yeah.
Their syrup is amazing. Their blueberry syrup is amazing. Ketchup's okay. Barbecue sauce is all pretty good. What do you like of theirs?
I actually don't. I mean, I've tried some of their stuff. I don't use a lot of it.
You don't need
to. Yeah, it's kind of very.
You don't need to.
Watered down, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
is the way to use it. I mean, but it is fantastic for people who need some very low calorie.
Yeah. And it's
sauces
good.
and all
It's
that kind
good
of stuff.
enough.
And it'll get you by for sure. I know Cole, one of our trainers here at the gym, is like religious
Lives
about
off
Walden
that
Farms.
stuff.
It puts
Yeah.
the craziest combinations on all of his food and everything. But it helps him, and it helps a lot of people. I mean, they have salad dressings. They have caramel syrup, chocolate sauce. Peanut butter. I don't know. They got a ton
chocolate
of stuff.
syrup, and
Yeah.
it's all 0 calorie. I don't know how they do it, but
Right.
go to
So-
Sprouts. That's where you can find their whole lineup.
Yeah. Like Eli said, though, some of it is not very good. Some of
Yeah.
it is very manageable. But
Right, manageable.
You gotta see what you like.
That's funny. All right, guys. So the number of meals that you eat, I think we kind of talked about this last week. For me, this all comes down to lifestyle. If I have a really busy executive client that I'm working with, and I know that he's in meetings and running around all day, I'm not going to give him 8 meals to eat because I know he just can't do it. We'll break it up into 3 meals, something more manageable. What are your thoughts on that? Is it necessary to eat 8 times a day, 6 times a day?
No, absolutely not. And for most people, that's not even realistic. And that's, I mean, if you're going to try and eat 8 meals a day, I don't want to say you're setting yourself up for failure. If you can actually do it, fantastic. But don't set unrealistic meals. I mean, you don't have to eat 6 to 8 meals a day by any means.
Your metabolism is not going to crash out if you're eating 3 meals a day.
Right. So what do you do for your meals?
Generally, so right now I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm literally eating like 2 big meals with maybe a snack in the middle that's a protein shake and some peanut butter or something like that. But that I prefer to eat quantity. I just like eating, and when I eat, I don't want to eat a little 300-calorie meal. I'd rather eat an 800-calorie meal. It feels better when I eat it, and I just feel more satisfied. So I will literally eat 2 big meals a day with a small one in the middle. Doesn't negatively affect my metabolism. I've eaten that way during a cut. I've eaten that way during bulks. That's what I prefer. So set your meal amounts to match up with your lifestyle, guys. I know you're going to read everywhere that you need 6 to 8 meals a day. You just don't, guys. You can read an article, but this is real life experience here, and from all our clients, you don't need that. You're going to be just fine. Michael, intermittent fasting until 2 p.m. and all calories between 2 and 8. Perfect, man. Yeah,
Yep.
That's exactly what
There
I
you
do.
go, man.
Yeah, 2 o'clock though. That's intense. Only a 6-hour window. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
so
he just says he tracks it. So basically, Michael on mine, for those of you watching Eli's, said he fasts until 2 p.m., meaning from the time he wakes up until 2 p.m., he's not eating anything. And then he'll consume all of his calories that he needs for the day, carbs, fats, proteins, okay, between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Usually for a lot of people, it usually starts post-workout.
Yep.
Or during the workout, is when you start consuming your calories, and then you have probably a 6-hour window where you can consume the rest of your calories, and as big or small meals as you want, but it has to be within that certain time.
intermittent fasting is great, guys.
Intermittent fasting is good.
If you have real busy mornings, if you have a busy life, and you're not just going to be sitting at home thinking about eating, It's really, really good. It allows me to eat more calories than I normally would. I enjoy my food more because I eat bigger meals, and I'm not busy in the morning worrying about eating every 2, 3 hours. Okay, kind of got off track there, but let's address healthy alternatives for cheat meals. Okay.
Um, I'm a big believer in no matter what your cheat meal is, there's always kind of a healthier alternative that you can do to make something extremely similar
That's just as good.
to that, right? If you are just craving a huge burger from Five Guys or something like that, you can go make your own burger. Go get ground. There's nothing wrong with ground beef. There's nothing wrong with a whole wheat bun unless you have like a gluten allergy or something like that. You know, there's nothing wrong with lettuce, with tomato, with mustard on it, with pickles on it, with anything like that. So a lot of people, assume that a burger is just a cheat meal. Well, why can't you go make your own burger, grill your burger, and put it on a whole wheat bun, or even do a lettuce wrap if you're on a low carb or whatever, and make your own burger, and then you have a burger during the day that you can eat. Burritos are another big thing, people love. Whole wheat tortilla, ground beef, cheese. Nothing wrong with cheese. Lettuce. There's all these meals that you can make on your own that are similar to something that you would go out and get. Ideally, just makes your life easier if your mind can kind of process that you're having something that's similar to a cheat meal.
Right.
Will make it a lot easier to eat and also stay on track even better.
And we have the internet, guys. It's called Google. It's called Pinterest. It's called YouTube. You just Google any healthy alternative for blank.
Something you're gonna find it. There's people that have entire Pinterest posts on healthy desserts, on healthy whatever. So
the two big ones that we do. So literally right now in the oven we have we wanted a chicken Alfredo, and so we have a spaghetti squash in the oven. We've eaten spaghetti squash like crazy, guys. Like 99 cents. It feeds like 3-4 people, and it tastes. I don't want to say it tastes as good as spaghetti, but basically. All spaghetti really is a transport for the sauce and the meat, right? So we will do, we have a spaghetti squash in the oven right now for our noodles, and we have a low-fat Alfredo sauce that's already pre-made. It's like 50 calories per serving. Again, it's good enough. And then grilled chicken breast from Old Chicago. So the only thing we're having to actually make for this meal is the spaghetti squash, and we're just going to cook that up and have chicken Alfredo, and we're hardly gonna have any carbs in there, just a little bit of fat and a lot of protein. That one, and then there's a guy on YouTube that I really like called the Protein Chef, and he makes all sorts of crazy desserts and good food that's real high in protein and healthy for you. He has an excellent cheesecake recipe on there where he uses Greek yogurt low-fat cream cheese, and protein powder to make these little cheesecakes that give you 4 like really, really good slices. I'm telling you guys, it's legit cheesecake and very, very healthy for you. 25 grams of carbs or protein per slice, 12 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. Doesn't get any better than that. So utilize your resources, Pinterest, Google, YouTube, to find healthy alternatives to your cheat meals. Sean asked a funny question. He says, all our stoner friends out there, all your friends, not you, want a snack but want to eat healthier. Any suggestions for healthier munchies? You got any good munchie tips?
I've never experienced munchies. I don't know. But, I think, just having healthier alternatives around the house and not keeping anything that you guys would normally go to around the house is going to alleviate.
Don't have any bad food in the house.
So pick a healthier snack that you would like to eat when you're not, or your friends are not stoned. Yeah. Be in the right mindset, and then get more of those, and just keep those around the house and keep bad stuff away.
Yep.
From me, I know, Eli had mentioned, we were talking about Quest bars earlier. Quest bars makes amazing tasting protein bars.
Yeah.
They got like an Oreo one, they got cheesecake ones, they got all this kind of stuff. And
I
love them, and they're great alternatives for, especially for people that have like a sweet tooth or anything like that. Yep. Amazing alternative for that. And nowadays there's protein chips. There's Megan just said broccoli chips.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are. But there's tons of stuff out there. I love going to Sprouts or like a Whole Foods store, and I'll just walk around and look at all the stuff. There's so many. There's new stuff all the time, and a lot of their stuff is actually good.
Yep.
So
Here's my thing, Sean. Arctic Zero ice cream is great.
There's that too.
Halo, I think it's called Halo Top.
Yep.
Yeah, both those are extremely low carb. You can eat the whole pint. It's not going to kill your diet at all. Take a Quest bar, crumble that up on top of there, of the Quest bar with the Halo Top. Get creative, man. That's what doing that stuff is best for.
Yeah.
Again, like Walden Farms, throw that on there. You can actually, there's a lot of recipes for Quest bars to where you can cook them up and cook them into actual cookies that taste really, really, really good. Tyler hit the nail on the head, guys. With then stoned or not, a lot of people get munchies out there at night. It's instinctual to just want to sit there and eat. 100-calorie packs of popcorn are really good. That's going to make sure you don't eat the whole 300-calorie bag. Just get the 100-calorie serving, the little miniature size. Have those on hand. Drink amino acids. Those help curb your hunger for sure. What was my other big one? Don't have any bad food in the house. Just don't have any little munchy things that are, bad food. Oreos, don't buy them. Chips Ahoy, don't buy them. If you are going to, that's one thing that I tell myself. I'm like, if I'm craving some bad food, I'll make myself eat a healthy meal first. So I may have a bowl of oatmeal and a protein shake. 9 out of 10 times, that fills me up enough, even if it's off my diet plan. I'm getting some low glycemic carbs in there. I'm filling up on a protein shake. 9 times out of 10, that's going to curb my hunger, and that's going to be good enough. But that's my rule. Like, if I feel like going, say we do have Oreos in the house, like before you go to Oreos, have this healthy meal, and then if you're still craving the Oreos, then you can have some. 2 things are going to happen. Either you're not going to go to the Oreos at all, or when you do go to the Oreos, you're not going to eat as much because you're going to be full. So that's our little tip there.
Another thing, when you go grocery shopping, make sure you eat a meal before you go grocery shopping. It's going to help alleviate you going down the snack aisle because you're hungry and saying, "Oh, I want these, I want these, I want these."
Yeah.
Eat before you go to the grocery store, and you'll definitely tell a difference on what the foods. I mean, you'll probably just end up going to the grocery store for just what you need because you're not hungry or craving anything like that. So.
Yep. What's up, Brooke? Now we are. That's actually it. We are done.
Oh, did we hit it all?
Yeah, we hit it all.
Okay.
Cool. Now, if any of you guys have any more questions, these videos are going to be up on our Facebook page, on our wall. So is that what it's called still? A wall? People still call it that? Is that MySpace? Yeah. No. Okay, so it's going to be on our wall. So leave your questions there. Again, as always, we give tons of free advice. So if you do have any questions or need some personal help, whether it's diet, workout, motivation, your career, whatever issues you guys are having, you'd be surprised the little nuggets that we can dish out that we've learned over the years from training all sorts of people. Megan.
Megan, great question. I hate waking up in the middle of the night hungry. Any suggestions? I know a lot of people that do that are people that eat or don't eat after a certain amount of time. Like a lot of people that
after
old school is like don't eat after 6 or 7 p.m. Completely bogus. Don't follow that at all.
Yeah,
I tell people to eat up until about an hour before. Your last meal of the night should be about an hour before you go to bed. I'm a big fan of as long as you're up and awake, you should probably be consuming something, just to keep yourself fit. So if you're cutting your food off, like 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed, you're probably gonna wake up hungry.
Yep.
I don't know if that's your case or not, but an easy thing, before you, even if you do that before you go to bed, have like a protein shake or and a kind of like a healthy fat, maybe some almonds or something like that, because that's going to help slow the digestion down of that protein. And your fats take longer to digest, so you won't wake up super hungry like you would if you ate like ice cream or something like that.
Yeah. But one thing that I've noticed, guys, is the nights that I have a high carbohydrate meal before bed, like say it is a cheat meal night or something, I do have some, sweets or something before bed, or even, not even just sweets, but just a higher carbohydrate meal before bed. I notice that I wake up extremely hungry, and it's from your blood sugar. You're getting all these carbs in, so your blood sugar spikes, and then you get that crash in the middle of the night, which may be actually why you're waking up. And it's kind of confusing because you're like, I don't get it. I ate plenty before bed, but I'm waking up hungry. It's a blood sugar issue. So make sure you're not having a lot of carbohydrates before bed, if that is the issue with you. like he said, slow digesting proteins are good, and higher fat meal.
Yep.
So try and limit the carbs. Stick to mainly protein and fats before
Also,
bed.
make sure if you're doing a cheat meal, it's great to add in like a fiber supplement, like a Metamucil or something like that.
Yep.
Fiber will really help control your insulin levels after your blood sugar levels after a very high carb meal like that. So if you're doing something like ice cream or something that's really going to play with your blood sugar levels, I'm not saying have ice cream and then do fiber all the time to help alleviate that, but at the same time, having a fiber supplement or something of that nature, more fiber, will really help control the blood sugar levels and all that kind of stuff. So especially when we're talking about waking up hungry, you don't want your blood sugar up here and then crashing down and then you wake up hungry. So the fiber will kind of help balance that out a little bit more.
Yep. And if any of you guys do experience like drops in blood sugar throughout the day, like say you go maybe 30 minutes past when you should have for your meal and you just get that like extreme hunger, a lot of people are just very, very sensitive to their blood sugar and that feeling. Two supplements that I highly recommend that are going to help stabilize your blood sugar and your insulin levels are chromium and then RALA. Both of those supplements, those have been miracle workers for me, especially me. I find that my body gets fluffy or fat pretty easy on carbohydrates. Those two supplements, chromium and RALA, definitely help with that. And what they do is they help your body utilize carbohydrates better, make it so your body doesn't have to release so much insulin to drop your blood sugar. Yep. So they're both fairly inexpensive. Get them on Amazon or wherever you get your supplements from. Not ALA, RALA. Very important.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay.
I think we've covered it all.
Next Monday, 6 o'clock, guys, we'll be back here. Any questions, tips, anything in the meantime, comments?
Shoot us a message.
Yep, shoot us a message.
If anyone has something they want us to cover, obviously please shoot that out towards us so that way we can help out.
Yeah, Megan, cinnamon, yes absolutely. Add that to those two. I forgot to add that one. Thank you.
Cinnamon's good for a lot of stuff, actually, but yes, definitely add in cinnamon for that.
Yep, cinnamon with blood sugar, guys. All right, guys. Talk to you later. We'll see you next week. Hit us up if you need anything.
We're out.
Peace.